Still no idea what to take to understand. Some wine, a spiritual expansion. Or maybe it's better just instead click stop it and finally abate this negotiation. There is a kind of woman who appear and then start reaching somewhere deep inside. Though just prior to that they were just reaching for unsound clichés in their mind. These women wear silence and a trace of smoke, something like prayer, an unbelievable exception. And you aren't able to decide, should you devotedly worship or run away before a cellular chain reaction. Here she comes, almost a spring, almost a sin, almost a scandal, almost a salvation. And you stand there thinking somewhere within my evolution or total eclipse in formation. And there she blooms, almost April and high, almost a trance, almost a revelation. And you no longer know what to ask and why, for love or for immediate evacuation. She stays so silent as if in that pause every answer has been already written. Even the air around her has its own laws. It smells not like perfume, but something hypnotic and forbidden. She looks at you, and without any word, you in a flash crave confession, an urgent grooming until it better or to die. And worst of all, you are absolutely ready for improving. Along with her, everything feels like scales, not weighing deeds, but deep intention. Each step is toward God or lost in trails, where which is panacea, priestess is ascension. How to find out who are yourself? Where's the thread? What is this? Gift to curse or dialectics? Your priestess, if a man looks for meaning in his sense. But if for a therapist, you're esoteric. Priestess is subtle, almost a shrine. No extra words, no trembling hurry. She listens and reflects and you align, though you expected a different kind of story. She is about a law, but not of us. Something internal, inward, higher. Even her pain vibrates like a chematin for birth. Her tenderness, like a ritual fire. Priestess does not demand and she does not insist. No bridges burn, no spells in motion. She feels like she is made of pause, a mist of meaning, silence, and self-evolution. But which is brighter sparks and flame, with charm, with ardor, and a hint of execution. At first you think it is a harmless game, then you're googling curse removal solution. She is of course as well about resource, but shaped in wilder direction. So your spiritual stock goes up just per force, but at the cost of your stability and coordination. Which is a shift in its best and purest state, personal chaos that refined to art. And she turns love not into safe and warm, but into forest and a gate into your heart. And that, in essence, is where they divide. Perhaps it's better not to soften and to cover. The priestess will return you truth and pride. The witch, the part you tried to sever. And both are dangerous, just not the same. That's where the real mystery keeps on living. One will burn you in a sophisticated flame, the other lead you through to full rebirthing. Perhaps this is the real trick, the quiet one. Outside calm, stillness inside, ardor eruption. If suddenly with her you come undone, collapsing a false concept that's real persuasion. And if somehow you have become more clear, no drama, no need for games or metrics. Perhaps what matters is who you are with her, not whether she's priestess or witchy esoteric. How to find out who are yourself? Where's the thread? What is this gift to curse? Dialectics, your priestess. If a man looks for meaning in his set, but if for a therapist, you're esoteric. Still absolutely no idea what to take to understand. Sage psychoanalysis, maybe wine. But if thanks to a woman you feel again alive, then honestly, you are doing really fine. Perhaps it's better to stop trying to divide what's light, what's dark, what's omen, and what's blessing. Take it easy and admit it's priestess and witch, one coin expressing.